Hey, it's TuxBird, and welcome to yet another patch 1.5 build video. It's the holidays, so I'm in spirit with my sweater, and there's cats. There's cats on my sweater. I'm also gonna have this nice Christmas tree back here the entire video, and I'm also collabing with Santa as well. And Snake is also here if anybody cares.
Hey.
Anyways, welcome to my, let me just try to make this simple. Welcome to my best, most fun, interchangeable, jack-of-all-trades, melting PvE and PvE 2 high-end build. There's cats on my sweater, by the way. Snake.
Defending!
Kill the NPCs. Thank you. So yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome holiday season, and let's get right into the build. So while Snake defends me, here is what the build looks like. It's a yellow-gasm, and I absolutely love it. These are my stats currently. I hit for about 24,100 per bullet on my Police M4, 140,000 on my M700 Carbon, and I have just over 54% mitigation with 6,000 firearms and 5,900 stamina and 2,800 electronics. To start all the gear pieces off, we have a Reckless chest piece. Reckless. Increase damage by 8% and increase incoming damage by 10%. When it comes to any and all of my PS4 builds, I usually run Reckless because, well, I am Reckless. Am I right, Snake?
Yeah.
That was so cringy. And it's also because I can't get the Baird's chest piece, and if I could, I wouldn't be a glass cannon build. Oh my god, I absolutely hate not having it! I'm just playing, though. I absolutely love Reckless. I can see your hands on the right side of my screen. Stop clapping. Even though you give up mitigation for damage when you use a Reckless chest piece, playing in a group setting, like when PvPing and PvEing, it couldn't be any better. I personally love it, and it makes the game a lot more fun to play. I'm running a pretty solid rolled chest piece here with health, armor, and ammo capacity rolled, which should be the goal ideally for any gear piece that you have. My next gear piece is a Tenacious mask. Tenacious, increase damage by 10% for 10 seconds when using a med kit. I believe that Tenacious masks are the best PvP-oriented mask, obviously as it's the only damage buff one, so that's why I run it in this all high-end build. Make sure that your masks always have enemy armor damage, as you can see, because it works in both PvP and PvE and it makes you hit harder. Some other honorable mentions are Refreshed and Rejuvenated masks though. The Refreshed mask increases your healing by 30% in the last segment of your health bar. This means that when you use something like a med kit when you're in the last bar of your health, it heals you for more of your health. So if you time it right, they can heal you pretty much up back to full health, which is kind of cool. The Rejuvenated mask removes all negative status effects when you use a medkit, which is also a great counter to those pesky flame turrets that I think every single person uses them. At least one in a group. Next up is the Kneepads. I run accomplished Kneepads as you can see, but I really only run it for the rolls on them. None of the high-end Kneepad talents scream, "Oh my god, get the smell!" So I just run this due to its pre-rolled enemy armor damage and increased kill XP. But you know what, it's fine. It makes getting field proficiency caches easier. However, since no Kneepad talents are spectacular, I would highly suggest going for the Shortbow Championship pads. It's a named gear item, and it can be found as a rare boss drop at the Madison Field Hospital mission. It makes your grenades explode almost instantly, and whether or not if you like PvE or PvP, it ensures that the enemy can't get out of its radius before it hits. Peachy. The backpack is obviously a specialized backpack. They, to me, are the most important high-end backpack for almost any build. It increases skill power by over 20,000, and it helps a bunch in making your heals and other skills better for you. Make sure to have armor rolled as the main stat, because you know, armor needs to go everywhere. The gloves are the glue to any high-end build. These gloves. Skull's MC gloves. If you want to have a high-end build, have these gloves. Skull's MC gloves. Damage increased by 60% when no gear set bonuses are active. I mean, it speaks for itself, right? It's a sheet damage upgrade of almost a fifth of what you have on your guns. It's necessary. If you don't have one of these and want one, you can find one as a boss drop from any of the roaming open world bosses such as Bullet King and Soretto. To cap off the gear, I have a sturdy holster, which increases my armor mitigation if I stay in cover for more than 4 seconds. Low key, I use them because of just the roll. I mean, look at it. Look at it. In terms of stat rolls, it's spicy. Getting back to the if you're lucky enough part, a Colonel Bliss holster, which can be obtained from the General Assembly mission and field proficiency caches, is your best bet. What it gives you is, if you hit headshots with your sidearm, it'll boost your damage up to a maximum of 18% for a set period of time. Once it hits 20%, it blasts an EMP effect. If you want to actually use this talent in the chaos that is PvP, you'll be hitting really, really hard. Overall, the gear works for me. Obviously, I would love to switch out a few pieces, but me and RNG have very mixed feelings about each other. It really is an abusive relationship. Right off the bat, the reason why I like this build so much is because I don't have to run the same type of weapon. This isn't a meta build. Looking at you, Alpha Bridge! So you don't have to run a FAMAS. Oorah to that. I'm running my trusty old Police M4 paired with my M700 Carbon. It allows me to play a different style and play the game differently than I have all of patch 1.5. And you know, at this point, running the meta does get pretty boring, so that's why I love using the M700 Carbon as my secondary. My Police M4 has swift, vicious, and competent. Now, this Police M4 was an Alpha Bridge gun, so it doesn't have destructive nor responsive on it, so there's room for improvement right there. I'll go through my attachments on my Police M4 so you can see what I spec towards. Boom. If you saw that mighty nice Omega rifle suppressor on the barrel of my smoking hot Police M4, you can get one yourself at the DZ05 weapons mod vendor this week only. 18% headshot damage, 3% critical hit chance, and 4% critical hit damage. Don't pass it up. As for my secondary, my M700 Carbon has destructive, prepared, and elevated. This secondary is completely up to you and your playstyle with this build, but I've personally found the M700 to be a great choice. My pistol is a 93R with harmful on it. 93Rs are a great choice for applying status effects in PvP. All of my gear mods have armor on them, and are firearms and stamina. All of my performance mods are self-heal performance mods, which complement my booster shot, which doesn't heal for a lot of health. It's pretty dank. Now we're moving on to the skills and talents of this build. For skills, I used a booster shot and a dragon's breath. What are you doing, Snake? You're making this way more difficult than this needs to be. My booster shot is sitting at around 82,000 HP for my self-heal and 66,000 for my ally heal. And I'm running attack alt for this build, but this is obviously your choice. As for my talents, I'm running combat medic, one is none, precision, and on the move. Obviously, my talent choices synergize with the build that I have here, but they're obviously up to you. So whatever you want your talents to be, go for it. I'm proud of you for your choices.
No, he's not.
So, like I currently am running on the build, Reckless is the way to go for dealing tons of extra damage, given that you can actually hit shots. If you can't, well, nice. Tenacious masks are a must for PvP in my opinion. If you spec enough into self-heal and use a specialized backpack like I use, your booster shot will become your best friend. Pairing a Tenacious Mask boost with your booster shot gets you to about 30,000 damage per bullet if you're using something like an M4 or an LVOA. Not to mention, taking in things like responsive and competent proccing as well, you'll be absolutely spreading havoc all over the people you fight in PvP. If you're also lucky enough to have a Shortbow Championship pad, you can drop grenades in PvP and whoever's in that red circle will feel your wrath. Lastly, using something like a Colonel Bliss holster and getting that extra damage will put your per bullet up to about 35,000 damage if everything else is in play. The power that an all high-end gear build can grant you is bar to none if used to its fullest potential, and that's why I love it. So, you're done with PvPing for the day and you're ready for some PvE. With this build, all you have to do is switch out a few pieces and you become extremely tanky while doing missions, solo or with a group. Switch out the Reckless chest piece for a robust chest piece, which grants you extra armor and cover, pair that with a sturdy holster, which also grants you armor and cover, and the enemies will struggle to take you down. Oh, and if you have a Baird's chest piece, good for you, and it works in both PvP and PvE because it's amazing. I'm not salty. So there you have it, guys. That has been my all high-end build. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, please make sure to drop a like as it always helps me out. Also, leaving a comment as well will tell me that I should do more of these videos and create more fun builds for you guys to try out and experiment with. So, I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great holiday season, have a great Christmas, have a great Hanukkah. You guys are the greatest subscribers on planet Earth. Do you have anything to say to the people, Snake?
I'm gold.
So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. This has been TuxBird.
Squad!
Peace out, guys. Overall, the gear works for me. Obviously, I would love to switch out a few pieces, but me and RMG, it's RNG, dude. Overall, the gear works for me. Obviously, I would love to switch out.
I'm gonna start recording you doing these and then make a bloopers out of it on my own channel.
Overall, the gear works for me. Oh my god. Overall, the gear works for me. Oh my god. I can't do this.
Overall, the gear works for
I can't look at the sentences without laughing, dude. Oh my god.
Alright.
Okay.
Breathe in and breathe out and go.
Overall, the gear works for me. Overall, the gear works for me. Why did you just roll from the bottom of my screen?